on this Consumer Protection Bill of 2019. Madam, I rise to support the spirit of the bill, but with certain reservations regard to the contents of the bill. And also I am also put forwarding some suggestions. Madam Chairperson, the original Act of 1986 was enacted to protect the better interest of the consumers, and by which 4 institutions have also been established, that is the Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission at the district level, and Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission at the state level and the national level, and also, as rightly Madam has just now cited, regarding the Consumer Advisory Council has also been constituted under the Act of 1986. Sir, Madam, after 33 years of our experience, the impact of this Act, I think this is the right time for reviewing this COPRA, Consumer Protection Act of 1986. So I welcome the step taken by the Honorable Minister as well as the government in repealing the entire Act of 1986 and making a new Act with the comprehensive legislation of Act of 2019. Hence, I supporting the view and the vision of the government in this respect. But when we are repealing and coming with a new legislation, abundant care and caution should be taken so as to address the present situation which is prevailing in our country. Madam, the consumer markets for goods and services has drastically changed, and most of the honorable members have already stated in the House there is emergence of global supply chains and online trading, e-commerce, e-trading, and all this modern marketing technology have come to existence. So we have to make the law, change the law according to the situation prevailing in our country. That means we have to change in tune with the changing market scenario or market conditions, for which this new comprehensive legislation is brought in before this House for our consideration. So my point is that the market forces now have put the consumers in a very vulnerable position. When the marketing technology, innovative technology have come to the picture, but this innovative technology is being used to cheat the consumers in different ways. Sir, Madam, coming to the review of the 1986 Act, if you see, the sole intention of the COPRA was to give immediate relief to the consumers. And that is why the Consumer Dispute Redressal Commissions were formed at the national level, state level, district level, as well as the Advisory Council has also been constituted. But what Madam Abhirajita has just now has stated, that the court, it is delay defeats justice. Why these dispute redressal commissions have been constituted? It is quite unfortunate to note that the most of the commissions are not delivering the service as we have expected. And the number of cases which is being logging in the consumer courts are very much. It is not because of the fault of the commission alone. Most of the state governments are not giving financial support for the functioning of the commissions in the state. So my submission and suggestion to the Honorable Ministry is, kindly do something so that the state can be empowered, the commissions can be empowered by providing some financial grant from the central government so as to make the commissions at the state level and the district level more effective, so that the relief can be given and the grievances can be redressed at the earliest. Madam, coming to the review of the Act, I have already cited this, and the salient features of this new amendment or the new bill is constitution of a Central Consumer Protection Authority and alternate dispute redressal mechanism, that is through mediation. These are the 2 major salient features of this bill. Madam, I am coming to clause 10 of the bill. I am seeking clarification from the Honorable Minister also. Clause 10 is the heart and soul of this bill, because clause 10 is a Central Consumer Protection Authority is being constituted, by which wide powers are being given. I am not reading the entire section, entire clause. The Central Consumer Protection Authority to be known as the central authority to regulate matters relating to the violation of the rights of consumers, unfair trade practice, false or misleading advertisement which are prejudicial to the interests of the public and consumers, and to promote, protect and enforce the rights of the consumers as a class. This is a general power which is being given to the Central Consumer Protection Authority. My point is, no specific powers has to be given, and also regarding the constitution of the authority. Most of the honorable members of nowadays, whatever legislation coming before this House, it has become the order of the day. It has become the usual practice. What is their service conditions? their appointment, recruitment, their tenure, everything will be determined by the government as per the rules prescribed by the government from time to time. What is it? That is why in the Right to Information Bill, I have put the same question. What for the Parliament? If you are determining the tenure, if you are determining the qualifications of the Chief Commissioner of the Central Consumer Protection Authority, it will be decided by the bureaucrats. Then what is the scope of the Parliament? We do not know what are the qualifications to be provided or what are the qualifications to become the Chief Commissioner of the Central Consumer Protection Authority. This means taking away the rights of the Parliament. Legislative supremacy of the Parliament is being taken over. So I have strong objections on Madam Section Clause 10 and Clause 11. And coming to another very important, with that point I will conclude. That is 18 subclause, Clause 1, subclause C and Clause 24. I draw the attention of the Honourable Minister to 18 Clause 1, subclause C and Clause 24 of the bill. With that point I will conclude. Madam, 18 Clause 1, subclause C. I just read, intervene in any proceedings before the District Commissioner, State Commissioner or National Commission. Who? The Central Consumer Protection Authority will intervene into the proceedings of the State Commission, National Commission and the District Commission. Okay, I do agree. In respect of any allegation of violation of consumer rights or unfair trade practices. Madam, come to, next is Clause 24. Clause 24 says, a person aggrieved by any order passed by the central authority under section 20 and 21 may file an appeal to the National Commission within a period of 30 days from the receipt of such order. Madam, what does it mean? National Commission is acting as the appellate authority of the state authority, Consumer Protection Central Authority. And the central authority has the right to intervene into the proceedings of the National Commission. This is totally contradictory. How this will survive in a law? What is the piece of legislation which is being made? So this has to be corrected or this has to be clarified by the Honourable Minister. If I am wrong, I stand corrected. Otherwise, the Honourable, I am seeking a very specific clarification regarding Clause 10(1)(c) and Clause 24. And the last point, Madam, regarding the misleading advertisement, stringent punishment has to be there. The present punishment and the penal provisions are not sufficient. So stringent punishment proposal has to be made as far as the misleading advertisement. With these words, I support and I conclude. Thank you very much, ma'am.
नहीं है